Hello everybody, welcome to a World of Warship Blitz video, and this time we are taking out the Tier 8 Tech Tree Russian destroyer, the Tashkent. Now I have had some struggles with the Tashkent. I have tried to kit it out as my normal destroyer with a turning mod and a concealment and gun rotation, and it was struggling. It is actually a very large and unmaneuverable destroyer. So I did, my previous video was treating it as Le Terrible, which is the Tier 8 premium French destroyer, which is to use it more at a distance, drive in straight lines and take advantage of its speed. So this Tashkent actually has the third slot, the concealment module removed, and the propulsion mod 2 put in to increase the speed by 5%. And don't worry, I am considering the second slot, taking the steering mod out of that too, bearing in mind that we're going to be operating at a distance, and putting the acceleration, the propulsion mod 1 in, simply because yeah, it would probably be better using acceleration to try and avoid danger rather than turning, because turning is not a fast business in this ship. So that Sims unfortunately got a bit ganged up on, and this ship has really good AP, so we are going to be having a go at the ship I have. Obviously I've got friends, so he's trying to get out of dodge, he's turning away, and chances are he's probably out turning his gun, so he's going to shoot at something that's in the direction of his turn anyway. We're swatching over to HE to see if we can land some shots on him. He has managed to get his turn up and going, so we're going to fire. Yep, let's just keep lobbing stuff over that island. And we have our next victim, a Genizer now. Now that Genizer now is obviously fairly busy with our Takao, who's come off pretty well considering. Actually, I really am overextending here, but then again, the Tashkent's a pretty big and tough destroyer. We get a whole lot of torpedoes away. Probably should have saved some for those Bismarck, but hey, yeah, well, when you want to secure a kill, secure the kill. Whoops, the Bismarck's got a lot of problem. Oh dear, looks like well, I bet you that Kagero was pretty happy that I didn't steal too many of his torpedoes. And the great thing about the Tashkent is that although its torpedoes are extremely short range, they reload very quickly. And as you can see, there's one set, there's another set, and I'm not sure I'm going to get the other ones around, but I don't have to. Giving us another 3 torpedo hits after the, I'm not sure how many were the first time around. The Shapayev is still firing, but he's firing from an awful distance because, well, although I can see him, I can't get a target lock on him, so he's well outside of our gun range. And as long as I keep the speed up and the turn up, I should be relatively safe from any damage from that front. Right, so it's certainly working a lot better as a sort of faster strike ship. And its main tactic for avoiding fire is its speed. So we're going to move into this cap, defend this cap. We've got a North Carolina here. Our torpedoes have long reloaded. There's an Akatsuki off to our left, but he can't fire at me because the lead that he's required means that I'd be beyond the island or potentially behind the North Carolina. So he's got a bit of a problem. He's not really able to defend the North Carolina, so he's going to get out of trouble. And we give ourselves a bit of broadside, and we fire. We get 9 hits. I'm surprised that it wasn't more than that, but oh well. Whoops, sorry Kagero, but yeah, your target's gone anyway. So it's a very high torpedo usage, and basically what I'm doing is finding distracted ships. We still have a damaged main gun, but we've got most of our health. There is one more. There is one more cap to take, so I'm going to head off in that direction. I am searching for that Akatsuki because, well, although there's one more cap to take, Knocking down the enemy ships is probably the better deal. Anyway, can't find him. Here comes the ship I have. Oh, look at that. He's coming in from the north. We do something that we probably should have done earlier in the game, and that is use our rapid reload. I'm not using them nearly enough because I'm often realizing that I'm about to go behind cover. I'm going to turn in because, oh no, we don't really want to turn in because if he's turning in, and the Cleveland took him down. So there we go, 76,000 damage, 2 kills, both battleships, both short-range torpedo rushes. But yeah, if I don't try and get too far out in front and operate it as sort of an agile ship, the Tashkent does a lot better. Looking ahead to the Kiev, of course, the Kiev has much better stats from maneuverability perspective. Not quite the same as the Benson or the Shenyang, but still, it's a dramatic improvement. So the Tashkent does represent a bit of a change in the line. You do get these types of ships. The Fuso is definitely different from the Congo and a little bit different from the Nagato. The same as the Aoba is a very different ship. The York at tier 7 for the German cruiser line is a very different ship with high high arc HE as opposed to sort of flat smashing guns. So yeah, so the Tashkent, a bit of a change, but I'm slowly getting used to it. I'm nearly have grinded all the way through the Charles Martel, so I'm looking for the next tier 8. I've got the Takeo about at 70k worth of experience. So yeah, I'm just potentially looking at the Z23 or the Tashkent as the next ship to sort of move up to tier 9. Not that I'll buy all those tier 9s because they're pretty expensive. The camos get pretty expensive, which is one of the reasons I sort of top out at tier 8, because I can kit out the ships quite nicely at that tier, and it's a fairly popular tier. Anyway, we've got 76,000, slightly behind the Takeo, but 2 enemy ships and 3 caps. It's a great little cap of this ship. Yeah, there was no carrier in this game, which of course made a huge difference. But I'd probably keep it closer to the main fleet with Tashkent, use it as destroyer protection. 75 main battery hits, 17 torpedo hits, all torpedo rushes against distracted battleships, just the way God intended. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.